pets have released a real tiger from the circus, and now they don't know what to do with it. This movie is The Secret Life of Pets 2, and after it you will definitely want to get yourself a pet. This cute terrier is called Max, and he went for a walk with his shaggy friends. Max sees lots of kids on the playground and admits that he can't stand children. With the appearance of a child in the family, a quiet dog's life always comes to an end. Max hopes that this will definitely not happen to his mistress Katie, but no. She meets a nice guy named Chuck, marries him very quickly, and becomes pregnant. And now baby Liam appears in their family. When he was very tiny, there were no problems. But then Liam learned to talk and throw toys, and after a while to crawl and walk. The happy dog's life is over. But despite the rather cruel children's games, Max and Liam still fell in love with each other. The kid repeated everything after his pets. After all, in addition to Max, they also had a dog named Duke in their family. And they all had a great time together. When Liam grew up a little, Max decided to become his protector. The dog watched every step of the baby and was terribly worried about him. And we are getting acquainted with another fluffy heroine. This fat white cat is called Chloe, and she wakes up her mistress every morning. But meowing is just the beginning. Then the paws come into play, and finally the crown cat trick, which is called "I'm going to be sick." Anyone will wake up from this. And here's another hero, a pretty white rabbit named Snowball. He brushes his teeth and has breakfast with his little mistress Molly. The girl combs him and dresses him up in a superhero costume. It's time for the baby to go to school, and Snowball is left alone with toys. It's boring with them, so the rabbit goes out on the balcony and greets Max. It turns out they're neighbors. Snowball really considers himself a superhero and dreams of saving the world one day. Duke informs Max that Liam is outside.
Our hero immediately contacts all the animals of the city and asks them to follow the baby. Norman, the guinea pig, manages to do it. Liam walks with Dad. There is no reason to panic, but Max is still worried and constantly itching. It looks like this doggy has serious problems with nerves. Seeing this, Katie takes Max to the vet. In the queue, he starts a conversation with a gray cat who seems to have some kind of mental disorder. There is also a hamster with weight loss mania, an anxious dog, and crazy twin cats. Max returns home with a collar around his neck. He wants to play with his bee, ZhuZha, but the collar does not allow him to do this. A satisfied Duke comes running in and informs his friend that Katie's family is going on a trip out of town. Of course, they also take their dogs with them. Max grabs his bee and hurries to visit Chloe. He asks the cat to look after his toy, but she ignores his request. Then Max goes to another of his friends, Gidget. This is a pretty white dog that takes great care of her appearance. She agrees to look after ZhuZha while Max is away. Gidget is crazy about the bee and even sleeps with her in her paws. She has a dream that she and Max are husband and wife, and ZhuZha is their child, an ideal family life. Alas, the dream is interrupted as the bee accidentally falls from the balcony. Gidget tries to catch up with her, but the toy flies straight into the window of an elderly woman who lives with a whole crowd of cats. Of course, the fluffy pets immediately take the bee for themselves and arrange a real cat war for her, almost destroying the entire apartment. Little Gidget will definitely not be able to return ZhuZha on her own. Meanwhile, Snowball is actively training, and Chloe behaves like an ordinary cat. A dog named Daisy enters their room and asks Snowball to conduct a secret rescue operation. Our fluffy baby immediately puts on his superhero costume and presents himself as a comic book hero who protects the weak and defeats all villains. Daisy tells her story. She was returning from vacation and was traveling in the luggage compartment with other animals. Suddenly, Daisy heard a suspicious sound. A real tiger cub was sitting in a huge cage. His name was Ho, and he was very sad and scared.
After landing, Daisy saw Ho again. His master turned out to be the circus director, and he was a real villain. Daisy asks Snowball to free the poor tiger cub. Of course, our superhero agrees. Meanwhile, Gidget comes to visit Chloe and asks her to help get ZhuZha back. The cat recently drank valerian and behaves a little strange, but Gidget has no choice, and she asks her friend to teach her to be a cat. This is the only way to save ZhuZha. And we're going back to Max and his family. They arrive at the farm where they're going to spend the weekend. Max and Duke immediately inspect everything with interest. There are so many new animals here. Among them, there is even a cow that can pretend to be a dog. But the scariest thing is a huge turkey. Max has to run for his life. In the evening, our heroes hunt fireflies and get acquainted with a local watchdog named Cowboy. He laughs at Max and says that he doesn't know how to raise children at all. Max can't sleep at night. He's not used to sleeping outside. Besides, there are so many unfamiliar and dangerous animals here. Max meets an evil fox in the garden, but he is saved by Cowboy, who takes off our hero's collar. Our hero tries to be as cool as Cowboy, but he doesn't do very well. A few sheep run away through a broken fence.
One of them goes into the woods. Cowboy takes Max with him and goes to look for her. They find a lamb in a tree on the edge of a cliff. The brave kid eats apples from it. Cowboy asks Max to save the lamb. Our hero is very afraid, but still overcomes his fear, climbs a tree, and saves the lamb a second before the tree falls into the abyss. In the evening at the farm, Cowboy praises Max for his bravery, and together they joyfully howl at the moon. Meanwhile, Chloe teaches Gidget to behave like a cat. She puts on her hoop with ears, hooks her tail, and teaches her cat wisdom. For example, you can't run after a ball, you need to fall correctly, and also eat birds. Fortunately, the last point is optional. It is much more important to learn how to do various small, dirty tricks. And Gidget is great at it. She sneaks into the apartment of an elderly cat lady and immediately encounters a crowd of cats. Fortunately, they take her for their own. Gidget finds ZhuZha. Alas, it is held in the paws of a huge, toothy cat. Gidget takes the toy and tries to escape. Norman launches a laser dot to distract the cat. This technique works great. Moreover, Gidget herself defiantly catches the red dot and swallows it. The dog proudly rides away on a robot vacuum cleaner with her bee. Now all the cats consider Gidget their queen and worship her. This is a victory. And what are Snowball and Daisy doing there? They arrive at the circus on a scooter, make their way inside, and see how the circus owner is trying to train a poor tiger cub by the help of a whip. By the way, this is an ordinary wild animal, and he does not know how to talk. Snowball and Daisy see how the tiger cub is locked in a cage again. It is guarded by a pack of vicious guard wolves. Daisy approaches the cage, greets Who, and bravely rushes at the aggressive wolves. One of them is chasing Snowball. Our little hero miraculously manages to escape and even sends a wolf on a trip on one of the attractions. Daisy takes out the keys to the cage and frees the tiger cub. Now the baby is free, but there's a new problem. Where to put the tiger cub? Daisy and Snowball visit their friend Starchy. This dog loves to train kids and has opened his own private dog school. Our heroes ask the elder to shelter the tiger cub. The dog is terrified of such an idea. This tiger will destroy his whole house, but the little puppies really like How, and the dog reluctantly agrees to keep the tiger cub for himself. But only for one day. At the same time, the circus owner notices the tiger missing.
On the ground lies a small flower that was on Daisy's head. With the help of this flower, the wolves take the trail of the kidnappers. Daisy is unaware of this and proudly tells other dogs about her adventures. The wolves find her and try to catch her, but the cunning Daisy manages to escape from them. On the same day, Starchy returns the tiger cub to Snowball. It turns out that he destroyed his entire apartment in a couple of hours. Then the cunning Snowball hides the tiger cub in Max's empty apartment. Gidget notices this. Now a whole crowd of cats constantly follows her. The weekend is over, and it's time for Max and his family to return home. They don't know yet that there is a real tiger cub in their apartment. Everyone is tired from the road and immediately goes to bed. In the middle of the night, Max wakes up and notices Daisy, Snowball, and the tiger cub. He's not happy about uninvited guests at all. But they don't have time for a scandal because wolves appear near their house. Max tries to stop them, but his strength is clearly not enough. The animals hide How on the roof, but the wolves quickly find him. Daisy wants to protect her new friend, but she is also captured and locked in a cage. Now the circus director has not one, but 2 animals. Captain Snowball, Max, and Norman go after them in pursuit. They are not ready to leave their friends in trouble. Snowball contacts Gidget and asks her for help. The dog hurries to help, not alone, but with a whole army of cats, and with them, their crazy mistress in the car.
Well, this is already a real army. The circus director gets on the train with his animals, but they do not have time to go far as Max and Snowball catch up with them. There, our heroes are attacked by wolves again. Snowball finds Daisy, but is attacked by the circus director's pet monkey. The brave rabbit uses impressive hand-to-hand combat techniques, defeats the monkey, and saves his girlfriend. Well, the monkey goes flying. Max manages to throw the wolves off the train, but a burning monkey falls on him. He catches up with the train and jumps onto it from a high bridge. Now he needs to defeat the circus owner. Fortunately, other animals rush to help. The train is finally stopped, but the circus owner does not want to give up and grabs weapons. At this moment, he is hit by the car in which Gidget arrived. This is a victory. Now they can go home. The tiger cub is taken to his mistress, Chloe. Little Liam starts going to kindergarten. Max understands that the baby is growing and is finally ready to let him step into adulthood. Snowball creates his own rap group. Molly interrupts his performance. She grabs the rabbit, hugs him, and confesses her love to him.